Here's something most women don't know. 90% of the time, you are the one who makes the first move. Not him, you, not with words, not with some bold declaration. You do it silently, through a sequence of signals so precise, so automatic, so deeply wired into human behavior that most women deploy them without knowing it. And most men respond to them without realizing they've been led. The problem is, right now, you might be sending every signal wrong, and he has absolutely no idea you're interested. Here's what the science actually says about how attraction gets communicated, detected, and missed, and exactly what you can do about it. Researchers at the University of Kansas ran a study in 2015 measuring how accurately people identify flirting when it's happening right in front of them. The results were almost hard to believe. People accurately detect flirting only 28% of the time, meaning more than 7 out of 10 flirting attempts go completely unnoticed by the person they're aimed at. But here's where it gets worse. When women were specifically trying to signal interest to a man, men missed it 82% of the time. Let that sink in. 8 out of 10 times you are showing interest, he does not see it. Not because he doesn't care, not because he's playing games. His brain is literally not registering what you're doing as a romantic signal. You think you're being obvious. He thinks you're being friendly. And that gap, that enormous, invisible gap, is why so many women convince themselves he's not interested, when in reality, he never got the message. So, the question is, how do you close that gap? How do you tell him you're interested, without saying a single word, in a way his brain will actually receive? Start with the signal most women already use but almost never use correctly: the glance. Dr. Monica Moore, a psychologist at Webster University in St. Louis, spent years documenting courtship behavior in real social environments. What she found was fascinating. Women naturally send short, darting glances in clusters of 3. Each glance lasts less than 3 seconds. The pattern is almost universally consistent across cultures and contexts. The problem? Men miss the first glance almost every time. Moore found that if a man doesn't return the gaze during any of those 3 glances, the window closes. The woman unconsciously reads his non-response as disinterest, stops signaling, and the moment dies, even though he may have simply been looking in the wrong direction. So, what do you do with this? You give him 3. You look. You hold it just long enough for him to notice. You look away. You repeat. If he doesn't catch it the first time, you go again. You're not being desperate. You're compensating for how male attention actually works. 3 glances, 3 seconds each. This is one of the oldest, most effective courtship signals in human behavior, and it requires 0 courage to execute. Now, here's the reframe that changes everything. You have probably spent significant mental energy thinking about whether you're attractive enough, interesting enough, funny enough, whether your appearance gives you a competitive advantage. But there's a psychologist named Monica Moore, yes, her again, who ran a separate study on who actually gets approached in social settings. She found that women who signal availability through consistent nonverbal cues get approached more often than women who are more physically attractive but less expressive. Read that again. How often you signal interest matters more than how conventionally attractive you are. The most beautiful woman in the room who sits still, waits, and does nothing will be approached less than the woman who makes deliberate, repeated eye contact, orients her body openly, and makes herself readable. This is not about lowering standards or chasing anyone. It's about being visible, because right now, if you're sitting there hoping he'll somehow sense your feelings, you're invisible to him, no matter how stunning you look. So, you're looking at him. Now what? Your body is already communicating something. The question is whether it's communicating the right thing. One of the most underrated signals in human attraction is foot direction. It sounds almost too simple, but here's why it works. People can manage their facial expressions. They can control their tone. Some can even manage their posture. But feet? Nobody thinks about their feet. They move unconsciously toward whatever or whoever holds genuine interest. If you're in a group conversation and your feet are pointed directly at him while your body is angled toward the group, that's a signal he won't consciously read but will subconsciously feel. On the flip side, if you're genuinely interested, let your body follow your feet. Face him fully. Give him your whole physical attention. That level of orientation is one of the clearest signals of engagement that exists, and most men can feel it even if they can't name it. Now pair that with proximity. Intimate space, anything less than 1.5 feet, is a zone we instinctively reserve for people we trust and are drawn to. Moving into that space, by choice and without pretense, tells a man something words struggle to express. It says, "I am comfortable being this close to you. You don't need to manufacture this. Just stop maintaining unnecessary distance. Lean in during conversation. Close the gap when you're laughing. Let the physical space between you shrink naturally." Then there's mirroring, and this one is backed by hard data. Studies in speed dating contexts showed that men rated women who mirrored their behavior significantly more positively than women who didn't. Mirroring, subtly matching his body position, his pace of speech, his gestures, creates an unconscious feeling of connection and familiarity. It says, wordlessly, "We are on the same wavelength." The interesting flip side? Men don't naturally mirror unless they're seeking genuine connection. So, if you start watching for it, and you notice him matching your posture, echoing your words, unconsciously syncing with your rhythm, that's not coincidence. That's a very good sign. And the smile, we can't skip the smile. Research shows that when someone is sexually attracted to another person, their rate of smiling increases. And crucially, open-mouth smiling becomes more frequent. But here's the nuance. Quality matters more than quantity. Over-smiling reads as nervous or unserious. What actually works is a deliberate, warm, slightly held smile. The kind that says, "I see you, and I like what I see," rather than a reflexive grin that lights up every moment equally. One final thing to watch for, on his side. When a man meets someone he finds attractive, his grooming behavior spikes in the first 10 minutes. Hair touching, in particular, increases sharply. Studies suggest 73% of men exhibit this unconsciously when they're drawn to someone. If he's running his hand through his hair, adjusting it, tidying himself without knowing why, that's not vanity. That's his nervous system responding to you. Here's what all of this adds up to. You don't need a speech. You don't need a grand gesture. You don't need liquid courage or perfect timing or the exact right words. You need to be readable. 3 glances. Open body language. Closing the distance. Mirroring. A real smile. These aren't tricks. They're the actual language human beings use to communicate desire, the one that existed long before words did. The reason this matters so much is buried in that original statistic. 90% of the time, women initiate. The courtship is already yours to start. The only question is whether you're starting it clearly enough for him to follow. You have been making the first move your entire life. You just never knew you were the one leading.